Hello, assalamu alaikum, guys. Today we are going to be start with the chapter that was the chapter lecture number 4. It's B part. That is regarding the brick, stone, and block masonry. So, in continuation of the previous lecture, we are going to be start today the technique to join or to connect or just to be lay the bricks all together to form a one unit that may be in the form of wall or the columns made up of brick. So, if we talk about the brick masonry, so in the brick masonry, last time I have told you that if we talk about the laying of the brick masonry in a certain pattern, then that particular pattern is going to be called as bond. Okay, so brick bond. So today we are going to be discuss this brick bond in detail, the types of the brick bonds and the many other, you can say, topics other than that. So if we are going to be start with the bond, then the very first thing is that you have to be understand the definition. So in non-technical way, many times I have told you about the bond, but today we are going to be discussed specifically and technically about the bond in a brick masonry. So what is a brick bond? It is the arrangement of the bricks in each layer to avoid the continuity of the vertical joints in any two adjacent courses. That's what I have told you last time also, that let's suppose if you are having a stretcher course in one course, that may be the first course, mean the even course, and you want to lay the brick in another course above that. So what you have to do, you are not going to be placed in the form of piles, like one brick above the other brick like this. That vertical joint that is coming exactly above the vertical joint in a consecutive course, that is not recommended. To avoid that particular situation, what we can do, we can use the bricks in such a way that if the one vertical joint comes in a one course, then above that the consecutive course bricks are laid in such a way that those are going to be placed exactly dividing the dimension of the bricks along the header or along the stretcher, that may be equally divided on either side of the joint, or you can say the joint in a particular course like this for this particular joint. So if we want to place a brick, then we are going to be placed, mean equally distributing the dimension in on either side. So here and here. So this particular arrangement or adjustment that you are doing to avoid the verticality of the joints in consecutive courses, that is going to be called as bond, or you can say brick bond. Necessity of the brick bond. Why we need the brick bond? Okay, so one or two reasons we have already been discussed. So the other one can be enlisted here, that the bond in the brick work is provided for the following reason. Number one, to break the continuity of the vertical joint in consecutive courses. That's what I have told you. To ensure the longitudinal and the lateral strength of the masonry work. That's very important, because once you are placing a brick in such a way, let's suppose two bricks you have been placed and one brick you have placed along the stretcher by dividing its dimension on either side equally, mean 4.5 on this side and 4.5 on this side. Okay, so if the load is coming on that particular brick, so that load is going to be divided in equally, mean P load, let's suppose, has been coming applied on that particular brick during the load transformation through the wall. So P by 2 will come on this brick, it will be P by 2, and the same load will be on the other side. Okay, so P by 2 and P by 2, half of the load will be transferred on the right hand side brake, and a half load will be transferred towards the left hand side load. So that is going to be make the uniform distribution of the load throughout the wall, and that continues. If you are going to be place another brake over here, so P by 2 load will come from the other brake. So the one brake is responsible to carry the load P. That may be the load coming on the first brick on the top of the wall. If the load is coming from top to bottom through the wall towards the foundation, your wall is responsible to carry the load from the beam, from the slab, and from the beam and slab the load is coming towards the foundation, and wall is responsible to carry the load. That the same load should be transferred towards the foundation. Otherwise your wall will not be efficient to carry the lateral loads and the vertical loads, even in the lateral direction also. Okay, in the lateral direction, meaning the other third direction, if the, let's suppose, wind loads be there, then your wall should be having enough strength to carry the lateral loads and the vertical loads. Okay, so for both your wall should have enough strength, okay, against these longitudinal and the lateral loads. So this strength can be achieved due to the uniform distribution of the load through the wall from top to bottom, and this uniform distribution of the load can be ensured by the brick bond. That's why your brick bond or that particular pattern of the brick laying in a certain courses is very important. Next one is to distribute the load uniformly over the structural mass. Okay, so that is related to this particular point. So once you will be able to make your brick bond in such a way that the load is transferred uniformly throughout this wall unit, then finally you can get the lateral and longitudinal strength. Then next one, to ensure the quality of the work. Okay, so of course if you are going to be ensuring the brick bond in a particular pattern, then the quality is also going to be improved. It is going to give you a systematic way of the work. I mean, every person, every mason is going to be know this thing, that where to lay the particular brick, in which particular direction, in which particular pattern. So systematically one person can work on site. That is going to be provide the good aesthetics. So that's of course if the different type of the patterns be there, then those are going to give you a particular look, okay, at the front face or at any kind of the face. So that is going to be enhanced and or give you a good aesthetics also. To economize the work, okay, so mean if once you are going to be getting the particular strength and also you are going to be getting a particular aesthetic, so in both of the way your economy can be managed. So properly you can say a managed and planned work you can done by using the brick bond, a particular type of the brick bond. Then comes the requirement of the good bond in brick work. So mean what you need before the brick bonding. So your brick should be uniform in size. That's very important. So if you are going to be finalizing any type of the bond that we will discuss ahead of the slides, then we are going to be your bricks should be of uniform sizes. Okay, so let's suppose you want to distribute your load from one brick to another brick by placing the size or the dimension 4.25 on this side and 4.25 on other side. Okay, so half on one side, half on other side. So your bricks should be of uniform side, otherwise you are going to be face a difficulty to give a proper shape or proper pattern. Okay, mean that type of the bond. So you, in all of the sides, mean width side, length side, height side, both should be uniform. Mortar thickness should be less than 10 millimeters. Okay, so otherwise it is not going to give you proper sizes, because I have told you that we are going to be decide the size of the brick by including the mortar thickness half from the one side and half from the other side. If we are talking about the height, then the above course layer mortar thickness and bottom one, so half of it, center of the mortar thickness from the top and center of the mortar thickness from the bottom. So that will be the height of the brick. Okay, vertical joints in alternate courses should be in a single plumb line. That's what I have told you, perpends. Okay, in the definition part, the first part of the fourth lecture, we have discussed the definition of the perpends. So what are the perpends? Perpends are the line, the perpendicular line joining the vertical joints in alternate courses. Okay, so whatever the pattern you have done in the first course, okay, in the third course it should be repetitive. Okay, mean the vertical joint should be above the vertical joint in an alternate course, not in a consecutive course. Okay, but in the alternate course this vertical joint should be the same pattern you are providing in the third layer, third course, and then fifth one, mean all of the even courses, odd courses should be same with the same pattern, and all of the even courses should be of same pattern. Header should be exactly in the middle of the stretcher in two consecutive courses. That's what we have discussed. Brick bats should be avoided because your brick bats are the most unstable component. So if you are providing in the lengthwise, so they can be inserted, the queen can be inserted inside of the wall, that will be a 9.5 inch. But for the brick bats you are providing with 4.5 in the one side and 4.5 on the other side. I mean both sides will be 4.5 bats you are cutting the brick along the across the or along the header. Okay, so like this. So 4.5 on this side and 4.5 on this side. So it's a square type, a cube type part or the component you are taking out of the brick. So that is going to give you, if you are inserting inside the wall, so from both of the sides, mean in thickness side and also the length side, face side, from both of the sides it is going to give you almost the unstable condition. So you can provide it, the queen also and the brick bats also, but inside of it, not exactly at the corner. So we are going to start with the types of the bonds. Bonds in the masonry walls: header bond, stretcher bond, English bond, Flemish bond, Dutch bond, and monk bond. These first four bonds we will discuss in our course that is related to this. This Dutch bond and monk bond are a certain type, mean a different some modifications you are going to be doing with English or Flemish bond, but basically the very basic bonds are these first four, and we are also going to be discuss in our course these four bonds in detail. Bonds in masonry columns, usually English bond and Flemish bonds are provided in columns. So if we start from the header bond, so that is very you can say easier to provide the header bond. Header bond means this is the plan view. Okay, first of all you have to be make it clear, whatever is drawn over here, that is the plan view, mean you are viewing your wall from the top side, from the above. Okay, so front side is this one. I am going to draw it from the front. If you see from the front side, so just below that, now above that, this is even course. Okay, first course, sorry, odd course. So above that even course is needed to be placed, mean the second one. Okay, any you can say odd. Okay, this first one is the first course. Okay, odd course. So if we are going to be draw just below that. Okay, so in the front side you can see the header bond like this, exactly at the middle. Okay, and so on. So header mean the 4.5 inch dimension is at the front side, and along the thickness of the wall that dimension will be 9 inches. That dimension will be 9 inches. Okay. So to place the second course or the even course, okay, that may be easier, that you are placing the header complete brick at the corner, mean at the start, and then another header, another brick, full brick. Okay, so this is your first brick, this one is your second brick, this one is the third brick, fourth brick, fifth brick, sixth brick, and 7, and so on. Okay, like this. Now what about the first course, mean odd course? So that odd course, you first of all, let's suppose you are placing this one. Okay, so you are starting from here and you are coming at the corner, one of the corner. So if you are going to be discontinue the vertical joints and you are going to be place your brick in such a way that its dimension will be half on one side and half on the other side for the consecutive courses. Okay, then in the first course you have to place your brick in such a way that it is going to be coming just exactly, your vertical joint will be in the middle. Okay, like this. So it will be in the middle and half on this side, half on this side. So it is going to be justifying over here. Again, another brick you are placing in that particular way, another brick you are placing in that particular way. Okay, so that is justifying that particular element, that the vertical joints should not become exactly above the vertical joint of the consecutive course. But if you are going to be satisfying this thing, so for the even course it is not going to make any problem, because full brick you are placing at the corner. This first brick is a full brick. But once you are going to be placing the first course and then you are placing the brick that is not coming above the vertical joint, just exactly over here, then here at the corner, that dimension left is not exactly equal to the dimension of a full brick. It is not equal to 9.5, it is not equal to 4.5, it is not equal to 3, I mean 3 is not required, but 4.5 and 9.5. So these two dimensions are not over here. So in any direction along the header or along the stretcher, you cannot place the brick. So what you have to do, then you have to cut the brick in a certain dimension, standard dimension. So what you are going to be do, you are going to be cutting your brick along the header. You have total dimension of the brick equal to 9.5, and you are cutting your brick 1/4 part of the brick you are taking out, and the left one part will be 3/4 of the brick. So it will be the you can say it is 3/4 bat. We have discussed in the first part, this is 3/4 bat. Okay, if you are cutting your brick along the header, then it will be a bat. Okay, so your brick is going to be called as bat, and depending upon the dimension it is 3/4 bat. Okay, so 3/4 bat we are getting, and two bricks, two bats you are placing to complete the dimension of 9.5 inch along the thickness of the wall. This is thickness of the wall because this is the plan view. So in the plan you can see the thickness, okay, above the wall, from the top of the wall you can view it, and it will be 9.5 thickness. So always the header bond you cannot lay, you cannot develop by for 4.5 inch wall. In the previous lecture also we have discussed, your header bond is always going to be start with 9.5 inch thick wall. Okay, and also you can place, you can make your header bond for 3.5 inch, 13.5 inch wall. Okay, but not for 4.5 inch, because the header bond is along the face you required 4.5. So along the thickness in the lateral direction you cannot place it 4.5. It's always be 9.5 inch. Okay, so if one dimension is along the front face, then in the lateral direction along the thickness of the wall it will be 9.5, sorry, okay, or 9 inch. So 9 inch thickness you are getting, not 9.5, it's 9. Okay, 9 inch. So 9 inch thickness you are getting along the thickness. Okay, so in that particular way you have to place your brick pad in such orientation so that is its 7.75 dimension will come along the length and its 4.5 dimension, the bricks 4.5 dimension will be on the other side. Okay, so in this particular way you are going to be place your first course. Okay, so this will be your first course and above that the second course will be this one. So why we are not discussing over here third, fourth, fifth and so on? Because it will be going to be repeat. Your first course will be the same as the third one, fifth, seventh, ninth and so on, and your second course will be the same as 4, 6, 8, 10 exactly. Okay, so what you have to be keep in your mind for the header bond, that in the front face 4.5 dimension should be there, 9 inch dimension will be in the lateral direction along the thickness. Okay, and the bricks on the other consecutive course should be laid in such a way that 4.5 dimension will be in the front face, but it is avoiding the vertical joints coming exactly above the vertical joint. Okay, so equally you have to divide in both of the directions. So 2.25 dimension on this side and 2.25 dimensions on the other side of the joint. So similar you have to do with the other joints. Okay, so in that particular way you have to lay your bricks. And what about the corners? Okay, so the corners needed to be filled with the help of beds, 3/4 beds. So here you can see the header bond, the first layer. Okay, so this is from the center. This is not going to show you the corners. Okay, so here you can see it is continuing. So here again you can continue placing another brick. Here you can continue by placing another brick. So there is no end of the wall, it is continued. You can show a continuity sign over here and you can also show a continuity sign over here. Okay, so here you can see 4.5 inch dimension along the face and 9 inch brick dimension length stretcher has been placed along the thickness of the wall. So this is all front side. So all of the bricks 4.5 dimension you can see. Okay, so here in the first layer and here in the second layer. So all of the odd courses, okay, mean you can say this second one, okay, sorry, first one, all of the odd courses are going to give you the vertical joints. So these vertical joints should not come above that. So here you can see the half over here and half over here. So similarly you can place your bricks above each other. Next one is a stretching bond. Okay, so stretching bond from the mid part of the wall and at the corner or the junction. So that is very simpler to place the stretching bond. So if it is from the mid, so again along the length, mean 9 inch dimension should come at the front face, okay, and 4.5 on the other side. So you are going to change the orientation of your brick. In header bond you have placed your brick in such a way that this dimension was in the front face of the brick and 9 inch dimension was along the thickness in the lateral direction. Now for the stretching bond, the front face should be 9 inch. That dimension of the brick 9 inch should be placed in such a way that it should be on the front side of the wall, and in the lateral direction the header should come. Okay, so the stretching bond can be laid for the thickness of the wall 4.5. The minimum is 4.5. Then 9 inch also can be laid, 9 inch thick wall, and so on. 13.5 multiple of 4.5, and then comes 18 inches. Okay, and so on. So usually in homes the walls are from 4.5 to 13.5. Okay, generally. So for the partition walls, for the parapet walls, for the boundary walls, we are going to be placed 4.5 inch. And washroom walls, ठीक है, inside washrooms की walls होती हैं, smaller walls, partition walls. For that we are going to be provide within the houses the dimension of the wall, thickness of the wall as 4.5. Okay, and more load carrying walls are laid with thickness 9 inches and 13.5 inches. Okay, so here you can see the front face. Front face is very easy to understand, but what about the corner? Corner brick के लिए अब आप क्या करेंगे? Corner brick के लिए we are not going to be requiring a bat or a queen. Mean the parts of the brick, the cutting of the brick, the cut part of the bricks, we do not need over here. Why do not need over here? Because we can place for 4.5 inch. I'm talking about 4.5 inch wall. We can place very easily. If one side, let's suppose the stretching is there, means stretcher course is there. In one, you are placing your brick as a full. This is your first course, let's suppose. The second brick you are placing like this. So if you want to avoid the continuity of the vertical joints, then you have to place your brick in such a way that it should be at the center of the other brick, the vertical joint. So below that you can see the brick is placed like this. Okay, so this vertical joint is exactly at the mid. Now what you have to do here, the dimension will be left as 4.5. Okay, so what you can do, you can place the whole brick in this particular corner by rotating its orientation, by rotating it, by placing 9.5 inch dimension in the other side, I mean 9 inch dimension in the other side, and 4.5 in this side. Just what you are doing, you are just replacing, or you are just changing the orientation of the brick. I think you can understand well over here by seeing this first course above. Okay, so here you have the stretching, you have stretcher, you have stretcher fully placed at the corner. So what you can do, that from this side you are going to be place your brick in such a way that you are continuing it along the stretcher. So this will be 4.5 inch dimension in the other side, and it will be 9 inch. Okay, so what do you conclude from here? That for all of the odd courses 1, 3 and 5, at the corner you have 4.5 inch dimension and others are stretchers 9 inch. Here you have 4.5 inch dimension, here you have 4.5 inch dimension. Okay, this is very important conclusion, and that is true for all type of the brick bonds. Okay, here if you will be at the corner of the wall and you are going to be see this direction. Okay, focus on that. So for this side of the corner, this side. Okay, so if you talk about this side, then this side is going to give you the odd courses with 4.5 dimension at the corner. And for the even courses, 2nd, 4th and 6th, you can see 9.5 inch dimension at the corner. Okay, and same continue. But what about the other side? Here, the odd courses, the first course are getting at the corner, the 9 inch dimension means stretcher at the corner, then stretcher at the corner, and even courses are having 4.5 inch dimension at the corner. So what does it means? You have to be concluded this thing, that at the corner or at the junction, your courses are going to be exchanged with each other. Your odd course is going to be converted into even course once you are at the junction. Okay, so once you are at the turning point, at the turn, okay, from one side of the wall to the other side of the wall. So within that particular corner, if you are moving from one side of the wall to the other side of the wall, from the corner or the corner of the wall, joint of the wall, then your odd courses will be converted into, or will be exchanged into even course, and your even courses are going to be exchanged into odd course. Okay, so that's true for all type of the break bonds. ये आपने ध्यान में रखना है. So once you are going to be deciding the bonding, so you cannot do that the same even course you are going to be continuing through the corner towards the joint. If there will be another corner, it is four-sided wall, of course. Okay, so if it will be another corner, then the similar is going to be done. Your even courses for this side of the wall, now for this type of along this direction, will be converted into odd courses, and all of the odd courses will be converted into even courses. So that is the one conclusion once you are laying your brick with certain type of the bond. Okay, so your even courses will be converted into odd courses, and your odd courses will be converted into even courses once you are going to be shifting from one side of the wall to the other, from the corner, from the joint of the wall. Okay, so that's very important. So if this is true, then very easily you can change the orientation of the brick to place 4.5 inch on the other side, front face of the wall, and in this front face of the wall it will be 9 inch. Okay, so if you are placing your brick like this, so 4.5 will be coming at the front face of this side. Okay, and 9 inch of the wall dimension will be at the front side of this side of the wall. So it is going to be confirming this thing, that your even course is going to be converting into odd course for the second part or second directional wall. So that is very important. Now next come English bond. So for the English bond, what you have to do, you have to be focused on the odd course and even course. For the English bond, your odd courses mean any course is, one course is stretcher and second course is header. Alternate stretcher and header bond in consecutive courses. Okay, so if your odd courses be there, so your all odd courses, the first one, third one and fifth one, so all are stretcher, and in between the second course, fourth course, and above that sixth course will be header. So you can see the stretcher course means stretcher bond in one course, and in consecutive course it will be header bond. So what you are going to be do, you are going to be, in two ways you can define your English bond. That English bond is the type of the bond in which you are laying your bricks as stretcher bond in all alternate courses, and header bond in the other alternate course. Okay, or all of the odd courses will be stretcher and all of the even courses will be header. Okay, or you can also define it as that the stretcher and header bonds are laid for the English bond in consecutive courses. Stretcher, header, stretcher, header, stretcher, header. Okay, so in this way you are going to be finalize your English bond. Now again, the laying of the bricks for this English bond needed to be decided or needed to be explained for two ways, one inside of the wall and one corner of the wall. Here you can see two figures. Okay, so this particular figure is for the English bond inside of the wall. Okay, so this figure is for the corner of the wall. First of all, we will discuss inside. So inside is very easy, that you are going to be place your brick for the stretcher course, then stretcher, then stretcher. Okay, so above that, if all headers are needed to be placed, then what we need to do, we have the center line for all stretchers. Okay, so one header is placed 2.25 dimension on this side and 2.25 dimension on this side above the stretcher, and another header has been placed in between, and then again a vertical joint for the stretcher course. So another header you are placing or you are laying in such a way that 2.25 on this side and 2.25 on this side. Okay, so above the vertical joint one header, above the vertical joint another header, and in between we need to place another brick along the header. Okay, so in this way one stretcher is enclosed by 3 headers above it in a even course. So the similar pattern needed to be repeated. Now this vertical joint should be aligned with the vertical joint in the alternate course. Okay, in the alternate course like this. This is perpend. Okay, so this perpend is going to make sure that while laying of the bricks, where the stretcher for the next odd course needed to be placed. Here you are placing this second stretcher. Okay, then another stretcher in the odd course, and then another stretcher in the odd course. Now above that again header, header, header. Okay, similar. This first header, the second header, and third, and so on. Similarly, you can repeat it. And then again the stretcher, then again the header. So this is the very, you can say, easier way. Now what we have to do along the thickness, if you are placing a header, then 9-inch dimension will be along the thickness of the wall. Just to compensate this 9-inch, one stretcher will not be enough, because your stretcher is always going to give you 9-inch dimension on one side, but in the lateral direction 4.5. If stretcher is in the front face, 9-inch dimension in the front side, but along the thickness it will be 4.5. So to make it 9-inch, you have to place another brick at the back. You need to incorporate the backing of the wall. Okay, so just to be manage or adjust the backing of the wall, you have to place another brick along the thickness of the wall. Okay, to make it 9-inch. Only one stretcher or one brick will not be going to give you the dimension or the thickness of the wall 9-inch in the lateral direction. So in the lateral direction, you have to place 2 bricks. If you are going to be see in the plane from the top, this plane view will give you 2 stretchers. Okay, so one here and second here, to make the thickness equal to 9-inch. Okay, this complete thickness. So that's what very important. But you are not going to be place another header. Okay, why? Because your header in the front face will give you 4.5-inch dimension, and in the lateral direction it is going to give you 9-inch. So one brick will be fine for the header. Okay, but one brick will not be enough for the stretching course. For the stretching course, you have to place another brick to make it 9-inch thickness for the wall, and for the header course you are not going to be place another brick, because one brick will be enough to give you 9-inch thickness in the lateral direction. Okay, so that's what you have to understand. Now what problem we are going to be facing with the corner? Corner के साथ हमें क्या issue आएगा? Similar issue, that if you are going to be place the header from here, we can start from the stretcher course. Okay, if you have, just focus on this particular brick, the last brick. This is the stretching course. To adjust the stretching course, you have to place one header here and one header here. Okay, it's okay. 2.25 dimension. This total dimension is 9-inch. Okay, to compensate or to adjust this 9-inch dimension, this one is 7.75 left with you, because 2.25 is filled with the help of this header placed above. So this 7.75 dimension will be left. You have to manage this dimension. Okay, so if the thickness of the wall is 4.5-inch, you can place a brick bed, because this is a header course. You need 4.5-inch dimension on the front face and 4.5 along the thickness. But if it is a 9-inch thick wall, then what you are going to do? How to manage this 7.75? Then you can introduce a queen brick, a queen cloyer. ठीक है, क्वीन ब्रेक या क्वीन क्लोयर कहते हैं इसको, ठीक है. दैट वी हैव बीन डिस्कस दैट इफ यू आर गोइंग टू कट योर ब्रेक, दिस इज द टोटल ब्रेक, you are cutting along the length. Okay, so this dimension will be 2.25 for the queen cloyer. This one is 2.25, this one is same 9 inch. So 9 inch into 2.25 will be the dimension of the queen cloyer. So from 7.75 total, what you can do, you can place one queen cloyer inside of it and one complete header or one complete brick 4.5 inch on the corner of the brick, at the corner of the brick. Why we are not placing the queen cloyer just at the corner? We can also place our brick like this. हम यूँ भी place कर सकते हैं कि अगर ये complete आपका stretcher है at the corner, then you have placed one header, and this 7.75 you can also place one header, and here you can place the queen cloyer, 2 bricks, complete bricks, and then queen cloyer here. Okay, we can also place like this, but it is not recommended while laying the bricks. Always the parts of the bricks are not recommended to place, the smaller parts of the bricks like quarter bats, like queen cloyer already is quarter, mean 2.25 dimension. So any dimension that is less than 4.5 or 4.5 from both of the sides, mean brick bat, square bat, we are not providing it at the corners. Okay, so why is that so? Because it is unstable, its dimension is very small, so it is not going to give you a proper joint with the other wall. So if any, you can say, damage or any hit be there, any striking element be there, any lateral forces be there, mean wind forces or earthquake forces be there, this queen can be give you an unstable condition because its dimension is very small. Okay, and also it is at the corner, it can be taken out. So just to stabilize this queen cloyer with the smaller dimension, you have to be inserted it between the 2 complete bricks at the corner. Okay, that's what you have to remember. This is the queen cloyer that you are placing inside from right and left. You can see the headers are placed, and in between you are placing this queen cloyer. If the bats be there, also you are placing it inside of it at the corner. Okay, so if you are going to be placing this queen cloyer between the 2 headers, then it will be very stabilized condition and position for the queen cloyer. So this queen cloyer, just to be compensated this 7.75 dimension, you are placing 2.25 of queen cloyer and 4.5 at the corner, this header. Okay, so in this way you are completing your this thickness 9.5. Okay, in this way. Now what you need to do for the stretching course? Stretching course के लिए अब आप क्या करेंगे? ठीक, I mean all of the header courses are including, because stretching course do not need any adjustment. These are going to give you a complete brick at the corner. So once you will be at the course where the stretchers are placed, this one here you have been placed the stretcher. What is happening in the other direction? In this direction, this is stretching course. Now going in the other direction from the corner, what we have concluded in the last slide, that your even course should be converted into odd course and your odd course should be converted into even course. So according to this dimension, this odd course is header and even course is stretcher. So your stretcher should be converted into headers. Once you are coming from one direction to the other, you are shifting the direction at the corner, at the joint of the wall, then what you have to be do, the stretching course should be converted into header course. Okay, so these stretchers are going to be converted into header. So this is the particular case. Then this brick, this stretching brick, ये यहाँ पर भी आप देख सकते हैं, here also you can see, this is stretcher brick. This stretcher brick is going to be converted on the other side or on the other direction of the wall as header. Okay, so this 4.5 dimension is here. So this is the corner. So what you have to do, you have to place an queen-cloyer over here. So queen-cloyer and then again header and then similar headers, you are repeating. So in this way, the header course, your stretching course in one direction has been exchanged into header course once you are shifting the direction at the corner of, or the joint of the wall. That's very important. Okay, so similar thing is your header course is going to be converting into stretching course. Okay, here headers you have placed. So header mean this is 4.5 inch dimension. So which dimension you are expecting on the other side? This is full brick. So 9 inch dimension on the front face of the other side directional wall. So here again you are placing another 9 inch, all stretching. So your header is going to be, header course is converted into stretching course and your stretching course is converted into header course. So what you have to be remember that you are adjusting the dimension of 7.75 at the corner with the help of queen-cloyer. Okay, so this 2.25 and then again 4.5 and 4.5. So that's what you have to be remember. Now in this figure you can see the two courses of the English bond in the plan view. Okay, so the similar thing, if it is needed to draw first of all the stretcher course, the stretching course is needed to be drawn. So with the help of placing two stretchers, two bricks to make it 9 inch thickness. This is thickness. In the plan view, this will be the thickness of the wall. Okay, so this is 9 inch thick wall. So on the other side for the header, so what you need to do, this dotted line is going to show you the vertical joint, position of the joints within the stretching course. So what you have to do, you have to equally distribute or the dimension on either side of this joint for header, placing of the header. So header is placed in the form of one brick only. No need to place another brick, I have told you. So 4.5 dimension on this side and 9 inch dimension on the other side. So full brick is placed in such a way that 4.5 in this way and 9 inch in the lateral direction. So another header, then another header, then another header, it will be okay. Here you can show the continuity. Okay, like this. So no need to place the queen-cloyer because it is not a joint. But this side you are needed to be considered as a corner. Okay, so for the corner, the stretching course will be with the same full brick. No need to change. But if you are placing your header like this, so this 7.75 dimension needs to be adjusted. So this is adjusted by placing a queen-cloyer. You can hatch this queen-cloyer just to be prominent or you can make it black over. You can just color it. Okay, once you are going to be drawing. This drawing is very important because you will be given an assignment just to draw the courses, all of the headers, stretcher, English and Flemish bond, next one also. Okay, so for that you have to be draw the sketches for 9 inch thick wall and for 13.5 inch thick wall. So be ready for that, and for that you have to have a good understanding of the plan view of and also the front view, to draw the front view and to draw the plan view of the walls. Next comes Flemish bond. So for the Flemish bond, what you have to do, in the same course, here you can see it's a little bit complex as compared to the English bond. Okay, to understand that in one course, this is your odd course, 1, 3, 5. Okay, and these are your odd even courses, 2, 4 and 6. Okay, so all of the odd and even courses, the pattern is same for all the courses. What is this pattern? Okay, if you are going to be compare it with the English pond, in English pond the odd courses are all stretching and even courses all header. Okay, but now the pattern for all of the odd and even courses is same. What is it? That in one course you are laying your bricks as stretcher, header, stretcher, header alternatively. All header and stretchers are laid alternatively in the same course, and the same pattern has been repeated for the next course, mean even course, consecutive course. Stretcher, header, stretcher, and so on, header, stretcher, header, then stretcher, then header. So stretcher, header, stretcher, header. So alternatively you are going to be place your header and stretchers in one course. Okay, and then in the consecutive course the same pattern has been repeated. Header, stretcher, header, stretcher, header, stretcher. So how you can define that in a Flemish pond header and stretchers are laid alternatively in the same course. Okay, so now only one thing you have to be remember. That's what, if the pattern is same, mean alternatively you are placing header and stretcher in one course, same pattern header and stretcher alternatively you are placing in the consecutive course, and then in the next one, then the overlaying of the vertical joints, mean your vertical joint should not be placed just exactly above the vertical joint of the consecutive course. Just you have to be avoid this particular situation, then your Flemish pond will be established. Okay, so what you have to do, if you are starting your brick wall in that particular way, that in one layer, mean in odd course you are placing stretcher at first, you have to place alternatively stretcher and header. Okay, but from one header or stretcher you have to start anyhow. So let's suppose like this first layer, first course, the very first brick you are placing is a stretcher, then header, then stretcher, and then header in first layer, first course. Okay, this is the particular case. Then how to avoid the continuity of the vertical joint? So for that particular way, this is stretcher. So what you have to do, you have to place one header exactly in between. Okay, and then you have to place stretcher, mean header and stretcher above each other. I can show you because the exact drawing is in the another next slide. This is stretcher, this is header, this is stretcher, this is header. So what you need to do, above the header you have to place stretcher. So what does it mean? That this complete 4.5 dimension will be just above that. What is left? 2.25 on this side and 2.25 on the other side. Okay, then 7.75 left for this stretcher. You are placing another header over here. Okay, so this will be 4.5. Okay, and what else over here? What you need to be placed over here? It should be, it is stretcher, header. So another stretcher should be come over here, and here is header. So what does it means? That for the Flemish pond in consecutive courses, above the header you have to place stretcher, and above the stretcher you have to place header exactly in between, in the mid. Okay, so in the mid of the stretcher there should be header, exactly in the mid, and the above this header should be stretcher, exactly at the mid. Okay, so above the header should be stretcher, above the stretcher it should be header. Okay, exactly at the mid. That's what you have to ensure for the Flemish bond. So once it will be ensured, then it will be very easier for you to understand the difference between the odd course and even course. Okay, so you have to keep in your mind. So similarly, that's what you have done over here. So above the header it is stretcher, above the stretcher it is header. Okay, then above, again consecutive, above the header it is stretcher, above the stretcher it is header, header above stretcher, stretcher above header. Okay, so the similar pattern is going to be repeated. Only one problem will be faced at the corner again. Okay, this left right hand side figure. For the corner, what you have to do? So the similar solution is available, because again, if you are going to be placing the stretcher, or mean to say at the corner, here you can see this is complete 9-inch thickness, 9-inch dimension, one complete stretcher at the corner, and you are placing one header above. If you want to place one header above, okay, that stretcher, then 7.75 dimension will be left. Okay, so what does it means? That you cannot place a complete header 4.5 inch, then 2.25 will be left. So what we need to do, we have to place a queen closure to adjust this 2.25 dimension, and at the corner you are placing header, complete brick, to make stretcher on the other direction. Okay, so similarly for the other side course, in between one header and stretcher you are placing one queen closure. Okay, so this queen closure is very important, that you are placing over here and over here. Okay, so this is also a difference between English bond and Flemish bond. In the English bond, just within the header course we need to place the queen closure, but for the Flemish bond, in all of the courses we have to place the queen closure. Okay, because it is alternatively stretcher and header. So in all of the courses at the corner you need a queen closure, but in alternate direction. If in one course you are placing queen closure in this direction, then in the consecutive course you are placing a queen closure in the other direction. Okay, where you are placing the stretcher at the corner, you do not need to place the queen closure in that particular direction, but where you are placing the header at the corner, here you need a queen closure. Okay, so this header at the corner you are placing a queen closure, you are placing a queen closure. Okay, so alternatively in one directional wall, but if you are in the other direction where you have been placed the queen closure, in other direction it is stretcher at the corner, so you do not need a queen closure, but where the stretcher is there, it is converting into header, here you need a queen closure. Okay, so alternatively you are going to be placed the queen closure in different directions. So if one side in one direction, then in the other course, so consecutive course in the next direction you are placing the queen closure. So in this way, alternatively the corner has been adjusted. That's very important. So inside of the wall is very easier for any type of the bond, once you will be understanding that what is the pattern of the brick to be laid. But for the corner you have to understand that which type of the brick and how you are going to be placing. So understanding of the Flemish bond is very important for 9-inch thick wall and 13.5-inch thick wall for the drawing it. Okay, so this diagram is for 13.5-inch wall, and this left hand side is for 9-inch. Okay, so here also this is almost the same isometric view, three-dimensional, so in which you can see the laying of the bricks. So if the stretcher be there, you have to place 2 bricks. That's what I have told you, to make it 9 inch in the thickness in the lateral direction. Then 4.5 will be placed exactly 1 brick, okay, in this direction. So like this. So complete 4.5 dimension, and 9 stretcher, then header, only 1 brick is required, then stretcher, then only 1 brick is required along the thickness. What you have to do in the consecutive course, you have to just repeat it, but by placing the header below the stretcher, okay, and stretcher below the header. Rest will remain the same, exactly distributing the dimension. So 2 stretchers below 1 header, okay, and then below the stretcher 1 header, okay. So in 2 stretchers 1 header. So in this way you are going to be making this Flemish bond.